Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cozy Christopher. Today we are looking at the new Roccat Vulcan Mini II Air. Mouthful. It's their very first wireless keyboard. Oh, I didn't know. Ooh. Now I bought this with my own money, so this is not sponsored or anything like that. But this was unexpected. Ooh. So this is their Sense Icon Surface. Let's see, it's the XXL size. Yep, XXL size, 900 by 420 by 3 millimeters. It may have been a part of the pre-order, but I didn't see anything about the deal. And the box is small. It's a small box. And again, paid my own money for this. There's your box there. There's the back there. Yo, so listen. This review is super long, so I had to switch up some things to keep it in our regular time schedule. But this keyboard has so much functionality that I have to cover it in depth to an extent. This is an awesome board. I'll cut to the chase and tell you that. But there is some things that we got to talk about, so let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you below.
Most in my life, they say you're out of my league, but I don't give a damn. No, deep down, I know you want it. You wanna take a leap and jump in. You wanna fall in love. You get this.
All right. That's all we got in the box. No key puller, no switch puller, nothing. Those rubber grips at the bottom feel really good. These rubber grips feel really good. We got 3 levels of height. You have your dongle, your 2.4 gigahertz dongle there. Then you have your power button and your USB-C port for charging. Let's go. $66. Yeah. It handles pretty well. I mean, I like the feel of it. The first time I touched it, I didn't like it that much. When I first did the typing keyboard set, because the buttons are spun, like, I'm used to, these are linear, so these are linear, they call it linear, and I'm used to buttons being really clean from a stroke standpoint, and these kind of push back on you a little bit, and I'm not sure if I like that. But, I mean, they move well. The keyboard is nice and small and compact. The buttons, and I have it on the highest height. And so I could change the levels and see if that. You're all alright, chill. Okay, let's talk about the Titan II optical switches. Now, the Titan II optical switches are different than your standard MX Cherry switches because these, unlike striking a key plate, these actually are basically blocking an infrared light that is pointing up, and so that when it hits the actuation point, which is at 1.4 millimeters, it then fires. And this was what Roccat says gives you the least amount of reaction time because they focus on eSports gaming. And so that's a really cool thing. However, it does feel slightly different because if I'm used to the MX Cherry's type switches, it does feel like there's more of a spring in the key, if you will. It's not anything that is crazy. It's still 40 grams of force to push the key and all of that good stuff, but it still feels like it's springy to some extent. And so this is the first time that I've used these optical switches, and it could just be that. It could be just feeling the difference between that and the Cherry MX switch, and it's not a bad thing. So I want to pump the brakes there. I don't want you to think that it's something that's bad. It's still a really nice switch. It's just a different stroke, for lack of better terms. When you're clicking, it's just different. And so I don't think it's a negative or anything like that, but it is a different feel. And so I wanted to point that out so that if you do get this board, or if you've used this board, if you used other boards, share your comments in the description below, in the comment section below, and talk about if you've used these switches before. Now there's a lot, and I mean a lot, to unpack with the software. Going into general features here, battery status is 59%. Now this is the first time I've used this, and it was just at 66% a second ago, but it could be because I'm doing all the testing and it's new and I need to charge it and all of that good stuff. So we'll look at that battery life over time. Key assignment here, you can build some macros into the keyboard here. Macros, basic functions, smart key functions. This keyboard has a gaming mode, meaning that you can lock the Windows button so that your game screen won't pop up and down, and then you can basically program every other button that's not typically used on the keyboard for gaming to have a secondary function. And so what that means is that you have all of your regular keys, WASD, Shift, Control, blah, 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 and then you can hit this other button over here on the right-hand side there. You can see the game button right there, which it's locked. And then from there, you can program this button right here to basically use other buttons like J, K, L, whatever, blah, 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 that are not being used in the game mode, and you can program things to them, and you can set that in the settings of the keyboard. Although Swarm, the software, does have to be running in the background in order to use that functionality. Kind of select the key, and then you select what the function is that you want to build into it. Obviously now we're in the different, let's see, wave, let's see, what do they have? See how long it takes it to send the signal. It's not bad, about five or 6 seconds. There's your feedback. Oh wow, that's wild. You have to hit the apply every time you select something. So you can create, if you don't think it's clicky enough, you can add some clicky to it. So that's that, and then you got your different profiles at the bottom where you can set up profiles, of course, for gaming, profiles for work, again, like with separate macros and different stuff like that. If you want to set that up, if you feel the need for that level of customization, it's there for you. There's a macro manager there to build out your macros, and it looks like they have some pre-built-ins for gaming. So software is pretty thorough. It's pretty thorough, gives you a lot of functionality, customization over your board. Okay, let me take a deep breath before I jump into all these features because there's a lot, and I'm not going to cover all of them, but I'm going to cover the main ones. So 29 other keys on this keyboard. When you hit the function or hold the function down, their secondary function pops up, and that secondary LED lets you know that that key is ready to be used for a secondary function. Another thing that I really like about this board is that the built-in secondary media keys, they're typically at the top of the keyboard. They're down on this row right here. Keyboard battery power, if you have a Roccat AMO or Swarm enabled mouse and headset, it tells you what the battery life is for that particular device, whether it's the keyboard, the mouse, or the headset. They have 5 different profiles. They have all of the RGB settings programmed directly into the board, so you don't have to open the software in order to engage with that. It also has full functionality of your arrow keys. Sometimes you'll see something that says it's a 65% keyboard and it doesn't have arrow keys. Although I do game a lot, I have to have my arrow keys for editing. Let's address the elephant in the room, the price. Okay, the price is $179. Do I think this board is worth $179? Yes, I will say subjectively, looking at this board and this board alone, it is definitely worth $179. However, my caveat to that is that the non-wireless version is $89 right now. The wired version launched about 10 months ago, 10 or 11 months ago. This one just launched this week. If they launched at the same time, the other wired version would be $159 and this would be $179, and so you would pay $20 more for the wireless functionality. This one is wireless, that one's not. This one has 29 smart buttons or secondary smart keys. The other one has 30. This one has 5 profiles that you can save to the board. That one has 4. So outside of that, they're the exact same board, same body style, same everything. I'm okay with the price because I'm a wireless only keyboard person. So I've always had to pay more money. It just sucks to know that my counterparts, my fellow consumers can pay $90 less for the exact same board because they're okay with a wire on their desk. Roccat has every right to the price. I have no quarrels with it. If you look at it subjectively, this board, all the features with with the software that it has access to, the Swarm access, the AMO technology, by itself without looking at the other board is definitely worth $179. But I'm anxious to know your thoughts. So this is a break from the more value focused keyboards, which, man, it's another video. But it is a break, and I like the keyboard. I am going to keep this keyboard. Let me know your thoughts. As always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
You wanna fall in love.